do that more often.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Listen, you spent your time bitch slapping down Republicans on Twitter. Representative Nancy Mace said Hillary Clinton used a hammer to destroy evidence. Oh my God, of a private email server
God.
and classified information on that server, and was never indicted. The same standard should apply to everyone, including Donald Trump. And you just said either she didn't break the law or the investigation by Trump's DOJ and Trump's State Department were completely incompetent, failing to find any wrongdoing. Choose. I mean, what do you do when sitting members of Congress are just tweeting out and out lies, incitements to violence? I mean, we'll talk to Adam Schiff about it.
Of course they are,
because
because they can. It's
right.
entirely because they can. They've created this bubble environment with their disciples, and because they have managed to convince these people that all other legitimate media is lying and Donald Trump is the only person telling the truth, then they can inject any sort of gibberish and nonsense, counterfactual, counter-historical information into the soft skulls of these gomers who believe everything Donald Trump and Fox News has to say. And so in that regard, I mean, that's the advantage of having that cult, is because they can tell them whatever they want to tell them, and these people will believe every last word. It's awful. It's an awful dynamic to have half the country, or give or take.
Right.
Whenever I say half the country, people always argue with me, but about half the voting population buying into absolute fiction. You know?
No, when you say if you looked outside yesterday, it was the you'll like this nerd reference, but it's the bar scene from Star Wars. That's what showed up. I mean, that's
exactly
what should
right.
give us. It's not that 50,000 that the Miami police were planning for. I mean, this is. I mean, you're right. I found it depressing what those people said, but you have to remember what a tiny subset they are. I was saying that ABC News reporting, they all literally to a person said, "No, I haven't read it. I don't trust anything coming out of this DOJ. It's a witch hunt. Oh, it's, and that's that segment that's, you're right, never going to change, right?
Well, that's why I'm not concerned about the political ramifications of these indictments, because I believe Donald Trump hit a ceiling as far as his popular support went. And I think that ceiling is actually getting lower and lower and lower, not expanding. I don't think Donald Trump's going to gain any votes from these indictments. I think everyone who's going to vote for Donald Trump has already decided that they're going to stupidly vote for Donald Trump. And that number is only going to diminish as time goes on. And as everyone has been saying, from Andrew Weissman on down to, my God, Bill Barr, Mitt Romney, John Bolton is another one, saying that his goose is cooked. As our Richard Painter. Is it Richard Painter? Yeah.
Yes, he is the relative temperature.
The official goose
checker
is cooked here.
Of the goose. Yes, go ahead.
You're right. And they're all saying this, right? So in that regard, I think Donald Trump's support, as the trial goes on and more revelations come out, Donald Trump's support is going to disintegrate as time goes on.
You're right.
That's my optimistic view.
Richard Painter is our legal pop-up thermometer in the goose.
His goose is cooked here.
Is the goose.
That's so perfect. That's been running through my head since Thursday. Since like the 5 minutes after my show ended and the indictment came down.
Yeah, of course.
I was like, I just kept thinking of that Richard Painter drop in.
But I mean, this whole unfair persecution, and just, what I find ironic about the reality winner, comparison, like I keep saying, is the one page of classified, the document that she went to prison for 5 years for was confirming what this indictment confirms, that Trump is indeed a traitor and that Russia interfered on his behalf in 2016, that she was trying to just corroborate what the Senate Intelligence Report and the Mueller report all said. Because you retweeted, Ann Nelson said, Kremlin papers appear to show Putin's plot to put mentally unstable Trump in the White House and create social turmoil in the U.S. from The Guardian. You said, I remember this story. Don't let Trump Russia get flushed down the memory hole. Well, again, that's why the reality winner story resonates so much, right?
Right. And we just happen to be at the 10th anniversary of the Edward Snowden files from, remember, the summer of 2013? Yeah, that was fun. That was a good time on Twitter for me. I was not on the same path as everyone else as far as that went. But as far as Trump Russia goes, the thing that I think about now in the context of this indictment is, and this relates, I think, in a way, speculatively to Russia, which is that one of the documents Donald Trump had was detailing America's military weaknesses, America's vulnerabilities to a foreign military attack. That was something that was just laying around within eye shot of the prime rib bar at Mar-a-Lago. You go up and you go to the buffet and you look over there. Oh, look, there's some documents in a box. I wonder what's in there. Oh, look, it's how you can attack the United States successfully at its weakest points. And then another document about how the United States would respond to an attack. So these are the most sensitive documents. And speaking of Andrew Weissman, I have never seen him express this level of anger and rage, which is, for Andrew Weissman, that's saying a lot because he's a very level-headed guy. But he was fired up when it came to the list of the documents that are in this indicting document. Yeah,
this story is infuriating in terms of the Republican Party because I remember thinking, Bob, I thought this one, all these Lindsey Grahams, the national security Republican, there's no way they're going to defend this. And I have to say, even I am sort of gobsmacked because I thought January 6th, because they were involved, they'll defend him on that. But man, this one, Bob, it absolutely is national security. It absolutely, Valerie Plame, our friend, said the same thing I say almost every day. He is a clear and present danger to the United States of America. And it is just astounding. I mean, we'll talk to Adam Schiff about it coming up, Bob, but it's astounding to me what has happened to this party. Because also, I think all the shoes haven't dropped yet on what actually,
oh my
they're
God,
like, he shouldn't be charged under espionage. It's not espionage. Well, we don't know yet who he gave or sold these secrets to, and I'm sure he did.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's a threat to national security. He's been a threat to national security in terms of these documents. I thought he was a threat to national security when it came to COVID. The fact that he's still, he was able to walk away without any bond yesterday. And so in that respect, Donald Trump is still at large. We don't know where these other documents are. At this point, we still don't know where that Iran document is. There's a document detailing how the United States would invade Iran, for crying out loud, and it's missing. It's like it's like that JFK conspiracy theory where JFK's brain turned up missing. Like, where's the president's brain? Well, it's gone. We don't know where it is.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Who's got the president's brain? Well, in this case, who's got this Iran invasion document? And I remember back when the search at Mar-a-Lago initially took place, we heard about all kinds
the original,
of empty.
This was the great tweet. Just
great. Yes, exactly.
Oh, great.
Oh, great. Which is, I love that so much.
Now I'm rated. All right, go ahead. Sorry. That was just, Stephanie Miller's show lore. It's like, that was the great tweet. All right, go ahead.
And so, back when they first searched, they discovered that there were all these empty folders. Like, where are the documents that went into those folders, too?
Yeah.
I want to know what happened to some of these things. Who saw them? What did he try to do with them? Because his excuse last night was hilarious in that rally that he did. He said, they were just boxes with my shirts and shoes in them. And whoops, here's a document about how you can successfully attack the United States and win.
Yeah.
That is what you just throw that in with your underpants and your disgusting.
We have that,
Bob.
Bob.
Travis wants to inflict that on you.
We have that, Bob.
Because we
Clip
love
20.
you most. Yes.
Oh, good. Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Because the sham indictment put forward by the Biden administration included staged photographs of boxes at Mar-a-Lago. Many people have asked me why I had these boxes. Why did you want them? The answer, in addition to having every right under the Presidential Records Act, is that these boxes were containing all types of personal belongings, many things, shirts and shoes and everything. As can be seen in the picture where someone, not me, I wonder who it might have been, dumped one of the very neatly arranged boxes all over the floor.
Not me.
First of all, what are you, a hobo? Who puts their shirts and shoes in a box and not in a suitcase? You're the president? You put your shirts and shoes in a box? Okay. How many layers of ridiculous? Where do we start with that?
But also, those photos were taken by his
staff. These staged photos, like that you told them to take.
Well, not to stage the photo, Donald.
Oh, my God. And so then, was that back to the planting conspiracy? That, I wonder who did that, Jack Smith, wink, wink. What? Oh, my God.
I love the way his ridiculous rally speeches are written. They're neatly arranged. Like Stephen Miller sat there and came up with the adjective neatly arranged boxes for that particular line.
Yeah.
And the other thing I was noticing too is, I don't know if you remember that guy, Dan Badandi, who used to have.
Of course we do.
Yes, well, Donald Trump is sounding more and more like Dan Bidandi, that stupid voice.
Yeah.
He just sounds so weak and low energy and somber. It's
Somber.
ridiculous. This is one of his low energy rallies, I think. I think he was just exhausted, full diaper, end of the day.
Sad day for America.
Exactly.
One of our concerns, of course, is Judge Cannon. We're going to talk to Jill Winehouse.
Winehouse.
Winehouse. Wow,
What?
that'd be bad.
Wow,
That would be
that
bad.
Jill Winebanks.
Incredible. Can I
That
be
would
there
be
for that?
amazing. You're a music guy. What a booking that is.
Yeah, good get.
Wow.
I am still not going to rehab. Okay. You retweeted Hugo Lowell, who said Judge Eileen Cannon's assignment is permanent unless she were to step aside. And you just said, might as well appoint Eric Trump to be the presiding judge. Yeesh.
This is like one of those stories,
picturing that.
Stephanie.
I'm not guilty.
Yeah.
Are we done? Okay.
That's
I'm
right.
Eric.
And by the way, Eric's boobs looked great yesterday walking into the courthouse. That is on point, Eric.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
But no, in terms of Judge Eileen Cannon, it's like the end of Misery. It's like just when you think she's out of
Yeah.
the story,
Yeah.
we're well past the Eileen Cannon chapter of the story. Suddenly she's alive again, and she popped back up, and she's
she's
doing
Glenn
all kinds of
Close.
favors.
She's Glenn Close in the bathtub, depending on which
Glenn Close,
scary
exactly
movie
right.
you
That's
like.
another great
yeah,
example.
she's back. Yeah.
That's right. Eileen Cannon is every 80s movie villain at the very end. That's
By the way, I loved your tweet. I can
not
see
that
no one's
bad.
told him about that gesture yet. Is that this one, the double handy, Jay? We think that'll come in
yeah.
handy in prison. Just how about I give you 2 of these and a pack of cigarettes?
It kind of looks like he's milking something.
Oh, he's milking something.
Yeah, 2 guys.
Yeah.
Time.
yeah, he's keeping limber. He's keeping those
Yeah, his options open for
those
prison.
upper arm. Yeah.
Wouldn't want him getting carpal tunnel.
Going for prison. Yeah. I don't know. Clearly, no one's told him what that looks like because it's very obvious what it looks like. There's a great episode of Silicon Valley where they're talking about doing that to a bunch of people and they come up with a mathematical formula about how to do it to the maximum number of people in the shortest amount of time. And that's what it looks like Donald Trump is demonstrating how to do
Yes,
that,
yes,
which is a very
yes.
delicate description on radio,
Right,
but
yeah.
I think everyone understands what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
Chris says handy J's. Okay, just don't say the whole
Yeah,
thing.
there you go.
Yeah, you can't say the whole thing.
Yeah, don't
Right,
get balls
okay.
deep in
Yeah,
that.
stop saying
What?
balls
Okay.
deep.
Listen, Bob has pointed out
It's the ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese.
you just tweeted not a drag show. West Virginia State Police investigation. 10 more minors, 42 more women in total sue West Virginia State Police over hidden cameras in the bathroom. Not a drag queen. as you said.
Not a drag show. Yeah, it's amazing the shiny objects that they're waving in order to get us to not look at the epidemic of Republicans and youth pastors and now state police departments who are doing the most heinous sex crimes that you read in the papers every day. And it's almost every day, by the way.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you can't
Absolutely.
open up the news. Yeah. I mean, it's like every morning I check out the news. Oh, it's another youth
Yes,
pastor.
there you
Oh
go.
my God, it's
Oh.
another Republican.
Yeah.
And this has been going on for a long, long time. Our friend Cliff Schechter used to do a thing on another podcast called Republican Sexcapades. And this was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
This is Blogosphere 1.0.
Yeah. This is
And
we're
so
taking
this is something.
Yeah, we're taking crazy pills. Trump's entire
exactly.
campaign was against Hillary and spilling classified information, and now he's running.
Yeah.
Okay, and they keep saying, QAnon to pedophiles, blah, 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 it's them. Okay, listen, you know what I love about you, Bob? You are made of love, and you spread the love. You said, I can't wait to talk to this rock star today. You interviewed Rocky Mountain Mike. You said, I have the world's greatest podcast co-hosts. Bob, you
I
give
do.
and you give. Well, that's why I
Yes.
love the Bob Cesca Show, and it is essential to me and to America.
Yes.
Go to sexyliberal.com.
And also,
Yes.
Trek Politics debuts today with
Oh.
me and Mary Trump. First episode out on all the big podcast players. Today.
Travis,
We're talking to
nerd
Terry
alert.
Matalas.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's gonna be my gym listen every Thursday
Sorry,
from now on.
go ahead. I'm sorry. I talked over. Say, who's your guest?
That's Trek Politics. Terry Matalas is our first
Right.
guest. He's the showrunner, writer, director, amazing guy who made the greatest season of Star Trek ever. We talked to him. One of the things we talk about, in fact, is why do conservatives like Star Trek so much? What is it about conservatives and Star Trek? What don't they get about all of the allegory and social commentary in those shows?
I'll have to tune
And
in
so
to find
that's
out,
a part
Bob.
that comes in.
I'll have
Yeah,
to tune. I'll have to
absolutely, do
download
that.
that wherever I get my podcast today.
Exactly. Or trekpolitics.com.
All right,
That's
thank
another
you.
good place to find it. Yes.
All right,
Thank you
nerd.
so much.
All right, nerd. Goodbye. Mwah.
Thanks, Bob.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Bob.
Bye-bye.
50 minutes after the hour. This portion of the show brought to you by Route.
Morning, Charlie Pierce.
Good morning, Jody Hamilton. Our rain in Spain falls mainly on the lane.
Happy
By
Arraignment
George,
Day.
he's got it.
We've got